Got my nigga Cheese in this bitch. Midwest UGK, nigga. You already know. I said my hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. This 100-round drummy. It'll knock a nigga right down. My dope on my scale. It be knocking watch lights out. My spot do be booming. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. My hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. It's time for that Coach for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Pain. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We finna get right into it. Be your little Kenny. Stupid Spooky Duke. Young Mob Military. Money Power and Memphis. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Memphis like Call of Duty right now. Battlefield. We know what's going on with Paper Route. We know what's going on with CMG. But we also know it's plenty other people, your Trula Mafias, your Double R's, your Young Mob, and all the other divisions of sections that got their thing going on, right? Shout out to them. Shout out to the whole Memphis. But we talking about Young Mob right now. Money, Power, in Memphis. Stupid Spooky Duke. B.O. Lil Kenny. Now, one thing I'm about to say about these two dudes, they came home around the same time. But ever since they came home, we seen the streets show them nothing but love. And in the process of the streets showing them nothing but love, we also have seen nobody playing with these two. And when I say we ain't seen nobody playing with them, I'm on social media a lot. I ain't seen nobody taking no shot at Stupid Spooky Duke. I ain't seen nobody playing with B.O. Kenny name. B.O. Kenny, he out here having his way right now. He came home. The streets showed him love. P from QC pulled up on him. He put down the situation with QC. We've been seeing B.O. Kenny really apply pressure in the rap game and get his piece of the pie from Memphis, getting they time in the spotlight right now. You see what I'm saying? B.O. Lil Kenny and Stupid Spooky Duke, when it comes to the streets, these is veterans right here. And one thing about B.O. Lil Kenny, before I ever heard of him being a rapper, before I ever heard of him at all, I heard and I knew about the Young Mob movement from my family down in Memphis. So I already knew the chaos, the movement, the seriousness. It ain't just a word. Young Mob ain't just a word. B.O. Lil Kenny, what these niggas represent. Young Mob Military. What these two niggas stand for is something a little bit different. And we watching them be able to be successful in hip hop based off of being real. Let's get into it. It's time for that Culture for the Streets. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Money, Power, and Memphis. Let's go. Now, everybody already know B.O. Lil Kenny and Kenny Money from PRE are connected. They got a relationship. They got a bond. We seen B.O. Lil Kenny come home from the feds. We seen Kenny Money right there with B.O. Lil Kenny, with the bag, with some jewelry, showing B.O. Kenny the utmost love, the utmost respect. The way you treat your homeboys when they come home back into the free world from jail behind them walls, right? So you should understand why, if B.O. Lil Kenny is taking a shot at Big Jook in this song right here, why he doing it? He didn't stress to us already that he had love for Dolph. He would have been Paper Route had he not been getting locked up. So we also know In Memphis, when you pick a side, the niggas you choose to roll with, the niggas you want to be down with, the niggas you shouting out, them the niggas you gonna take off and slide with, them the niggas you gonna be front line with, them the ones you gonna show love to. So do I think B.O. Lil Kenny dropped a bar on Big Jook in this freestyle on the camera? Yeah. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Cause to me, B.O. Lil Kenny like a dirty South Fredo Santana. And that's the thing about beef, is Jook thought it was all fun and games when Dolph was gone. Not even paying attention to the fact that it was really gonna be get back behind that. Now you left Gotti out here by himself. And we wonder why he moving around with bulletproof vests on. It's real. Now lately, it's been accusations on B.O. Lil Kenny on his own camera freestyle that he dropped a couple weeks ago. I watched it a few times, and I must admit to myself that it actually did sound like he was taking a shot at Big Jook. But we know how rap is sometimes. Sometimes you can actually be writing something in your songs that kind of coincide with something that really happened in real life. And that don't mean that it was purposely sometimes. Sometimes it's just coincidence. Sometimes it just happens like that. I didn't even did it before, so I'm not gonna sit here and say that B.O. Lil Kenny took a direct shot at Big Jook. But I'm also not gonna say that he didn't. We know what side B.O. Kenny standing on. He had love for Dolph. He expressed how he would have signed the paper route before he got locked up had he not went to the feds. So we know it's love there. And we also know in Memphis, once you pick one of them sides, you inherit the problems and all the issue and all the beef and the smoke somebody got for you from the other side and everybody that's attached to it. When you pick your side, I think everybody in Memphis know that. But let me tell you something else about Spooky Duke and B.O. Lil Kenny, because like I said, these is two frontline members of Young Mob, bruh. And at the same time, when B.O. Lil Kenny came home, we seen a lot of Memphis rappers packing their furniture up and changing their address. Do you think that was because of the pressure that was starting to be applied by Young Mob, or niggas was just becoming that successful they needed to move out of Memphis? Because why you ain't moved before he came home? I'm just saying, leave it in the comments what y'all think. I just find it mighty funny that a nigga pack up and leave like that. But like I said, 6 to 7 years ago, maybe 5 to 6 years ago, I heard about Young Mob and how they was moving in the streets. And this is before I ever even knew about Spooky Duke or B.O. Lil Kenny. So shout out to them once again, because at the end of the day, that furthermore let me know about them before I really learned and went and checked and what really did my own research on these two dudes. I understood by what they came from was so real that I already was 50% with them when it came to the meter of being a real nigga. So once I got to understand by researching these two cats, the seriousness of these two niggas, the reputation these two dudes got, the movement that everybody respect, even if you they ops. Because like I said in the beginning, I still ain't heard no Young Mob diss. I ain't seen no IG lives, no Facebook lives, no digital streaming platform exposure of a nigga playing with Young Mob. If I'm wrong, leave it in the comments because I don't think I'm wrong. I'm not right about everything, but I do know sometimes when you possess a certain amount of power, the majority of people not gonna play with you. And I think when we look at Spooky Dude and B.E.O. Kenny, a lot of people underestimate how much power they really got in Memphis. And because of that, you also don't realize that in the streets of Memphis, these two and Young Mob got a lot of influence in the street. It ain't just about no rapping. Cause this before the rapping, nigga. This before rapping. So when I go back to talking about is niggas getting up out of Memphis because it's being pressure applied, get on this internet first before you jump down in the comments and get to talking crazy, right? And telling me about what I don't know. I do know Finesse got up out of there. I do know Moneybag got up out of there. I do know Black Youngster got up out of there. I do know Gotti ain't there. I do know Jook wasn't there. Big Boogie ain't there. Big 30 ain't there. The only niggas that still in Memphis that come from the opposite side of PRE is niggas that ain't got their bag all the way up yet. They just got their chain. They still in Memphis. The niggas that had enough bag, they understood when the pressure was coming, I feel. And they got up out of there while they could. But hey, I could be wrong. I could be totally fucking wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. When it comes to everything that's going on in Memphis, I done seen every side blatantly diss they ops, make songs, slide, diss they dead homies. I've yet to see one live, one rapper, one disrespectful opposition say anything about Young Mob without a real repercussion. I ain't seen nobody say anything about B.E.O. Kenny or Spooky Dude. Why you think that is? Especially when we know they knee deep in the trenches. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's time for that Culture for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Paint, man. Yo Gotti ain't wearing a bulletproof vest just because of paper route. It's other people he got to watch for too. Remember, they ain't caught the people that put Big Jook in a sleeping bag. Because at the end of the day, he just one of the rewards. He ain't the reward. I'm out.